All right, welcome back to GSC. Someone asked about intercoolers the other day. I've done videos on these before, but not totally accurate ones since I don't have AC, put it in the truck, made it work, etc. So I'm gonna flip this around and show you the two coolers I have sitting here, explain which one's more efficient for what turbo, and then I'll see if I can't grab some straps and possibly hang the smaller cooler where everybody puts them on a 6.5 as a temporary solution. So let me flip this thing around and we'll talk about it. All right, so I've got two intercoolers in front of me. This is what was in Casper with the HX35. It ran great, knocked 100 degrees off my peaky GTs. It took 50 to 70 degrees off my overall air intake temps. I had it right behind the grill. I will see if I can't attach some older footage of when I had it in the truck to show you guys kind of how it all routed. I don't have air conditioning in this truck. That's why this worked where it did. I will suspend it under the truck and show you where guys put them with like a mesh shield over them to protect them. It works. It works good with stock turbos. Works good with an HX35, Quad Star Super 54, which is modeled off a HX35. So it works. It does the job for smaller turbos for the volume. I couldn't complain a bit. This is a LB7 LLY Duramax cooler. This size cooler is what I suggest if you're going to run an HX40, S300, anything bigger, because you are moving a much higher volume of air and you need the surface area to cool it. So the cool thing with an LB7 LLY is that they're similar enough in shape that get a radiator, put on this thing. Hypothetically, you could put the entire radiator and intercooler from an LB7 LLY in your GMT 400. Yes, it takes cutting in the core support and it tears it up, but it's an option. And frankly, this is what I'm going to go to with the S300 here, hopefully in the next couple of months. And that way I can put an intercooler back in this, because charge density matters. It really does in these trucks. People say that an intercooler doesn't help a 6.5, but now that I've actually intercooled one, I can say that the fuel economy increase was between 1 and 2 miles to the gallon. The engine coolant temp stayed 5 to 7 degrees cooler when towing. And frankly, it was a better overall performance of the truck. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find a video of when this was in the truck, when I didn't have AC in it because I pulled the condenser out because it was damaged. You can see where I had it, and you guys can watch that. And then after that, I will go ahead and set this under the truck and show you kind of ish where you can hang them. Like I said, you'll want to put like a mesh, like a scatter shield over it, but it's what a lot of people do. It does work. It's worth the money. And frankly, if you have the time, do it. I will say definitely use 3-inch pipes. Don't use 2.5. You want the volume, not the velocity, and the pressure. And that way you have lower air friction, lower temperatures, and it'll help your truck. So let me grab some stuff, suspend this where people put intercoolers in 6.5s, and yeah, we'll just see how this goes. So enjoy the footage of when this was in the truck, and I'll be back. Rearrange my intercooler a little bit here. Everything's put back together. Made some nice little brackets. So I parted out so many engines that I had extra injector hold downs for the valve covers laying around. And if you put them in a vise and squash them, they make perfect little brackets to hold your eBay special intercooler in your 6.5. Good to know. For scientific purposes only and show and tell. Basically, for guys that are going to run a DIY cheap intercooler, you can put a scatter shield on these and they will be okay. Guys have done it for 20 years. It works. As you can see, they kind of hug between the frame rails, and your pipes will slide up next to the inner fenders there and head in. It's tight. It's even tighter on a two-wheel drive because of the way the IFS is constructed. And that's part of why I put this behind the grill when I did it, was because I didn't want to find myself catching debris and destroying this intercooler. But that's the one way you can do it. I mean, if you're looking for a quick, dirty solution and you've got a stock truck, ta-da, that's your quick, dirty solution. Get an upper intake hat like so from KB Diesel, turn your elbow 180 degrees, run your charge piping down. You can actually see where it would go through. Both sides, plenty of room. Clock your turbo 90 degrees so the snoot is pointing down. And that's really all you got to do. It's quick and dirty. There used to be somebody that actually sold a kit on eBay that had all the bends you needed and everything. But a universal bend kit from Amazon, eBay, whatever, for a 3-inch charge tube. That's all you need. And then you can be pretty much on your way with a very basic, very cheap-ish intercooler setup. The other thing you can do is look into doing water to air, which that's on my list. I just haven't got there yet. So I hope this helps. I hope it kind of gives you guys a little bit better idea. And when I do finally cut my core support up and get the Duramax system in here, I will be sure to do show and tell along the way. Thanks, everybody.